Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back. We're going to pull some cards. This is April the 1st, 2026. We're in this super pink full moon energy with the 4/4 portal coming up. So how you been feeling? Recalibrating, calibrating, integrating, upgrading for sure. Activating, your light body's activating. Yeah, me too. Do you feel like you're just ready to get going with your next thing? Next project? Haven't quite got further instructions yet? Me too. All right, we're gonna play with the cards. If you feel called, please like, share, subscribe, share all the things. But thank you for sharing your attention, paying your attention, sharing your specific, unique quantum medicine and magic, because you clicked play and you're paying your attention, right? And by doing so, we are weaving this tapestry together. So we're going to start with the Earth Magic cards. Lotuses are going to be significant. Chipmunks are going to be significant. The kiddo just mentioned chipmunks. 11/11 portal energy. 2/2 portal energy. All right, again, that 4/4 portal energy. Very significant as well. As confirmations that there might be a message, is even, maybe those are enough for you right there. So we're going to start with this Earth Magic deck because it is springtime and I usually get pretty good stuff off of this deck. I usually don't get called to read out of the book with this specific deck, but we'll see. Let's try play, just see what kind of messages want to come through today. They've been quite interesting of what's coming through. Yep, through the purification and through the rain, you've been doing the work. You know, maybe it's raining, it poured, it thunderstormed here yesterday. So through the purification, through the rain, you've been purified. And again, your ancestors have been walking in front of you, beside you, back, guiding you. Again, this is a confirmation of not only that you probably resonate with being some form of medicine man or woman in the past. You were a shaman. Maybe you practice more current shamanic like energies, maybe some type of energy work. Maybe you work with herbs like I do, oils, different things. You work with the plants, you work with Gaia. So you resonate with that shamanic energy, that earth mother energy, for practices and healing modalities. All right, but also just as ancient wisdom. You may be of the indigenous descent. Maybe you have blood lineage of the indigenous descent, whether you realize it or not. All right, but there's ancient healing wisdom that's going to be revealed. Yeah, there's that earth magic. You're connecting with the fairies, the fae. Maybe you're starting to see the fairies. Maybe you have guides and fairies that you currently work with. This is just another confirmation. Again, more than likely you were royalty in the fairy kingdom is what came through. Fairies are very significant. All right, very significant. There's that pink flower I'm paying attention to at the bottom. I think it's like a mum, maybe, or a zinnia. I don't know why that's significant. I've never really looked at it that way. But that specific color pink might be a confirmation as well. And always recommended is if you're seeing that color, go see what the spiritual meaning, decoded, excuse me, or the flower with the color, because there's information in just seeing that on repeat. And if you're seeing it on repeat, you might need to go a little deeper. Again, continuing to stay open and vulnerable to what's next. Sunflowers and those purple cone flowers, corn cone flowers. Meadows might be significant, but just continuing to stay open and vulnerable. Yes, it's important. Knowing that movement is going to be taking, there's going to be action and movement. You might be guided to move. Physically move, but maybe you felt like things have been quite stagnant during this process, but you're going to be moving and flowing easily and effortlessly like the river does. So rivers are significant. If you can get into a body of water, please do so. I so crave it. The ocean, the rivers, the creeks, the streams, stand in there and connect. All right, continue to love and have compassion for yourself. First and foremost, that's so important. And then you're able to express from your truth, from your authenticity, from your quantum compass, which is your heart. But you have to pour into your cup first, all right, before anyone else's. All right, again, communion with the animals. Eagles are significant. Higher perspective. Again, we've got more indigenous energy here. Again, very deeply connected with the earth, the animals, the trees, the plants. All right, maybe you need to go into meditation. I look at this as, again, a full moon. All right, you've been on a vision quest. Maybe you feel like you've been alone in the desert. Boy, have I. All right, you've been on a long, long vision quest during these healing processes and through all of this awakening, all right? The fog is starting to lift, veiled. Maybe you feel veiled. Maybe you feel like you've been walking through a fog a few different times. All right, and maybe you're picking up on other people's energy. Thank you, I've got to do that video. All right, so, but things are going to be lifting, all right? Lifting. All right, things are lifting. You are going to be revealed. The fog is lifting, and there's the full moon. Cycles are complete. The cycles are complete, and there's a confirmation of completion. Big cycles. There's a big super moon there, so it's not a little moon, that's a big moon. And here's the funny thing, there's 2 cards in this deck. I never noticed this. I've had this deck for 10 years. There's a double in this, so the 2s are significant. So this is the first card that was out, and this is the last card I just looked at. So through purification and through the rain and through the healing and through this fog and through this vision quest, through this communion with nature and with yourself, by loving on yourself, having all of the compassion, movement is taking place. Movement is going to be taking place. You've been open and vulnerable. The nature spirits have been with you. You're going to be receiving ancient wisdom and guidance through the purification. Okay, so that's why I love working with this deck. All right, so I don't think there's anything else here. Nope. All right, that's it. So thank you for hanging out, and I hope you received the messages that you were ready to receive, or maybe that you didn't know you were ready to receive. So thank you again. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.